Hi, this is Lucas, and today I'm going to show you how to create a 3D treasure chest model. I'm going to use Maya as the software. So basically, the software lets you create 3D models and you can later animate them as well. Hopefully we can have a good final result, and we can also texturize it and make it seem real. So let's begin. First of all, we have to set the location where the scenes will be saved. So first of all, go on in the desired location. I'm going to use the desktop for now. Go and create a new folder and name it treasure chest. Now open Maya, and when it opens, go to File, Project window. Now click New, name it treasure chest as well, and select that folder that we created right there, treasure chest, and the current project will be treasure chest. This we did it because here, as you can see, there are several folders, scenes, templates, etc., which will hold all the things that we will do with the treasure chest. It is a very organized way of doing things. So when, for example, you need to transfer the file onto a pen drive, you just drag that folder all together and you will have all the things with the textures and other stuff all in one place. So that's a big advantage. Go ahead and click accept. Now the last thing is to tell Maya to when we save, to save it in the folder corresponding. So go to file and click set project. Just go onto the folder that we created, select that folder, just select it and click set, and that's it. So now when we save it, the scene goes in the scenes folder. So let's begin modeling. So first of all, go ahead and create a cylinder. Go to create polygon primitives and make sure interactive creation is turned off, and click on the cylinder. Now the cylinder will have certain amount of triangles. Go ahead and press 5 on the numpad so that it is shaded and we can see it. Now to change the amount of triangles, if you have more or less, go here in the attribute. If you have like this, just press Ctrl A and this window will show up. From these 4 tabs right here, select polycylinder, and here you will have some attributes. Now the subdivision axis, it is the amount of triangles that you will have. Now we are going to set it to 20. Now you can obviously close it, not close it, just leave it there. Now we are going to rotate the cylinder. Press Ctrl A again to bring up the editor or the channel box, and we need to rotate the cylinder by 90 degrees on the Z axis. So we have it like this. Now the next thing is to scale it up a bit. Press R on the keyboard or just go onto the scale tool, go onto the yellow box in the middle and scale it up so that it is proportionally scaled up, something like that, to 2.574. Let's make it 2.5 every axis, obviously, something like that to be exact. Now go ahead and drag the red handle, which is the x-axis, and let's make it a bit longer so that it has a rectangular shape and not a squarish shape. So something like that should do. Now the next thing is to delete the lower part of the cylinder. So go ahead and hold the right click and choose faces. Just go in this view, view want, or this view, and just drag so that all the bottom half is selected, and press the backspace so that they are deleted. Now after we have done that, as you can see, the bottom part is deleted. Now the next thing is to split this part. So to do that, first of all click Q so that you go onto the select tool and quit anything that you have pressed. Now the next thing is to do some edges right here. So go to edit mesh, insert edge loop tool, and this tool will create a loop right here, as you can see. Now this tool works if you press a vertical loop, or if you press a vertical loop, a horizontal loop will be created, and vice versa. Therefore, if you select a horizontal loop, it will create a vertical one. Therefore, if I choose here, it will create a horizontal one, and here a vertical one. So we need a vertical one, so we put it right there, approximately in the middle. Now to put it exactly in the middle, keep the loop selected. Once you have done it, go here, double click it, poly split ring 1, press Q first of all, go onto poly split ring 1 and write 0.5, and as you can see it moved a little bit, because fortunately I made it almost exactly in the middle. Now we have to create two other edge loops. So go to edit mesh, insert edge loop, click again a horizontal one. Which one do you want? Click Q and go onto poly split ring 2, and now the weight we have to change it to 0.8 exactly. Now the same thing goes onto the other side. If you don't want to repeat this step by going to edit mesh and insert edge loop tool, just press G so that the last tool that you have selected is repeated. Therefore our last tool was the insert loop tool, so if we press G we can do the loop tool again. So we do another loop, edge loop, we press Q, go to poly split ring 3 and write 0.2 so that we have the exact space between here and here. Now the last thing is to create the same space from the center till here and from the center till here by inserting two other loops right here. So instead of adding one loop tool at a time, there is another tool called offset edge loop tool. Go to edit mesh, offset edge loop tool, select this loop in the middle, in the center, and as you can see it creates two other loops exactly the same amount of space from each other. Now we have to set the weight of those loops. So press Q or go to the select tool, select poly duplicate edge 1, and the offset is 0.1, and here we have exactly what we need. So the next thing is to make some depth right here, to create some depth from the bottom, some depth so that it is not hollow and has some thickness. So to do that, hold the right click and select object mode, select the mesh, go somewhere in the bottom, or just press the bottom from this cube right here, go to edit mesh, extrude. Now what this tool does is that it creates the amount the same amount of faces that you have selected, in our case the whole object, and it duplicates all the faces, and those faces are exactly on top of the others. Therefore we now have, for example, duplicate faces right here, although we are not seeing them, but they are there, and if we do not cater for them or move them so that we know that we have other faces, that will create some problems later on. So keep the extrusion selected because it is very important. Now go onto the scale tool or press R and scale it down a bit. Something like that should do. So that we make a little bit of thickness. That's good. Now, as you may have noticed, here the face that we have created now is not flat with this edge right here. So we have to deal with that. So to do that, it is very easy. Hold the right click and choose edge and choose this edge loop right here. So to select a whole edge loop, just double click one edge and it will select the whole edge loop. To select the other half, just click shift and double click, so that now the whole edge loop of the is completely selected. Now we have to move it downwards like this, as you can see now, but we cannot see if we are doing it, if we are making it flat or not. Therefore, to do that, just hold V before you click. Hold V. As you can see, the marker from square, it changes to a circle, and drag down, and it will snap. As you can see, it will snap to certain positions. Now obviously you want to snap it with this edge, so move it downwards as much as you can, and it will snap as flat as possible to that edge. So that is exactly what we wanted. Now, as you can see, we have some thickness right there, and we have the lid of the treasure chest ready. Now we need to make the bottom part. Now, to make it more easier for you, I have found a better solution. Instead of extruding and then separating the two objects, I have found a better way. So go onto object mode, select this object that we have created now, and press Shift D or Control D, whichever you want. Now it will create exactly a shape right there. So press the move tool and move it downwards on the y-axis by moving the yellow arrow. Now we have to rotate it. No, we don't need to rotate it. We need to delete all the faces apart from these four. So apart from these four, right here, not four, but 4 sides, because there are more than 4 faces. So to show you, we need to delete all the faces except for those 4. That's because we need the same width thickness, the same thickness that we made on the lid. And if we do the same thing with a square or something like that, we don't achieve the same exact widthness. Therefore, we need to have those faces ready to be exactly like the other one. So to just select the other faces by dragging right there. Obviously, first select the bottom part if you have selected it, obviously. Don't know why. Deselect it if the faces are selected without them. So we don't have them selected, so we have the other faces. Just go ahead and delete them by pressing the backspace. And as you can see right there, we have exactly what we needed. We have the face right there. The face right there, the exact thickness as the lid. So to create the bottom part, just select the whole faces, or go onto object mode and select this object, and we need to extrude it. So go to edit mesh, extrude, choose the move tool and move it downwards till the desired size. I'm going to do it something like that. So now keep those faces selected and choose the scale tool. Now scale it a bit down on the x-axis by dragging the red square, and a bit on the z-axis by dragging the blue square, and something like that is perfect. Now we have to move it and snap the bottom part with the top part so that it is a complete treasure chest in brackets, because we didn't do nothing yet. So go ahead and choose the move tool, press V before moving, choose the yellow arrow. Sorry, first of all, not because I moved, sorry. The faces only, just choose the whole object right there, press V and the yellow arrow upwards and move it a bit, and it will snap exactly right there. I didn't notice that it is a bit big. I will just select these faces again and move them a bit upward so that the bottom is a little bit smaller. So, as you can see, just select those faces, move them a bit upwards, and I'm going to scale it down a bit more on the side, something like that. Exactly. Now the next thing is to select those faces again. Sorry for not telling you to keep the selection. And let's extrude it again. So go to edit mesh, extrude, and move them a bit downwards so that we create a small base, something like that. Now the next thing is to fill the hole right there. No, first before doing that, we need to make the lid rotatable, so that rotatable in the sense that this is not good, we need it to be realistic. So here is the front and here is the back. Therefore we need the pivot point to be from instead of the center, we need it to be right here in this vertex. So to do that, just remain in this type of view so that you can see the pivot point and this vertex. Press insert, then press V so that it snaps. As you can see, it is changing to circle again, and move that pivot point right there on that vertex because it is snapped to it, and then press Q or go to the select tool. And now as we select it, the pivot point is right there, and if we rotate it from this axis, the lid opens as we want to, right there. Now leave it a bit like that so that we can see the base. Now we need to create a face right here at the bottom, two faces, one at the bottom at the maximum bottom and one at that bottom right there before the extrusion was made. Now to do that, select the bottom lid, go to edges, select one edge and go to append polygonal tool to polygonal tool. Now if this doesn't work, because sometimes this doesn't work, I don't know why, but sometimes it just doesn't work, you can make a similar thing to it, just although it is not efficient, but to make the treasure chest for you, a basic model, it can work. So go to create polygon primitives, go to plane and select a plane. Now don't change the size of it or make it a little bit smaller so that it fits, something like that. Now go to the move tool, let's make it a little bit quick, press V to snap it, and let's snap it to the bottom part right there. Now go ahead and right click, hold the right click and choose edge, choose one edge, press V again, and it snaps to the to the edge right there. Press V again and snap it, not there but there exactly. Press V and snap it, and press V and snap it exactly as we want to, and the base is done. Now let's go ahead and create another plane, polygon primitives plane, make it a little bit smaller again, go to the scale tool, scale it down a bit, press the move tool, press V and the yellow arrow, move it a little bit downwards, and if we press 4, let's see, exactly, if we press 4 we see that it is not at the bottom part but a bit above as we want to. Press 5 again, go on top right there, zoom a bit out. So right click, choose edges, choose one edge, press V and snap it there, choose one edge, press V and snap it there, choose one edge, press V and snap it there, choose one edge, press V and snap it there, and we have the two bottoms that we want to. Now if we move them, for example, they are separated and we don't want that, so to cater for it, as you can see, that is the other bottom. To cater for it, just go on the side, for example, and select all the objects, this face, and the lid, and the bottom half, sorry. Go on to mesh and combine, and now we have one object without anything separated. So that is done as well. Now the next thing is to create some other edge loops right here in the bottom half. So to do that, go again on edit mesh, insert edge loop tool, we select one vertical so that a horizontal one is created. We create somewhere one like that exactly. Now we create another one. Go insert edge loop tool, we create somewhere like that, one like that at the bottom, something like that should do. And let's create another one. No, leave it like that, something like that should do. Let's undo. I'm going to undo it because the positions, I did not like them much. Let's make it a bit bigger, like there, like that, and like that. Perfect, something like that should do. The exact same thing now goes here. Although we have these two, we need to make another two right here. So go edit mesh, insert edge loop tool, press one horizontal, and let's make one like that and one like that. Try to make them as much as possible close to each other as width, something like that should do. We're not going to emphasize much about it. Now the next thing is to we forgot the other part, so let's rotate the lid again, importantly on somewhere on this axis. Now let's choose to object mode. Let's choose this part, the back part is done, I think. No, it's not done. Even the front part, it's not done. We forgot two other edges, so we just need to select the middle edge, double click it so that the whole edge loop is selected. Go to edit mesh, offset edge loop tool. We need to make them individually, so insert edge loop tool somewhere like that. No, we don't need anything at the front. Sorry, I made a small mistake right there. This is done as well. No, okay, that is the mistake. So here, go to edit mesh, offset edge loop tool, and let's make a small frame right here. This is the part that was missing, something like that. Do the same thing on the other side, something like that should do. Let's add, not interactive split tool, but insert edge loop tool. Let's add two other loops right here, something like that should do. Perfect. And here we have all the things done. Now we have the bottom lid almost done as well. The next thing that we want to do is to make some extrusions without even moving them. So go to face mode, select one face, press Q to go out of edge loop if it is selected. Select one face right here, or let's select two faces, these two faces right here, and go to edit mesh, extrude, go to scale, and let's scale them down a bit. As you can see, it is not as we want to, so go on to undo, make sure that the extrusion is gone, to do that, just select one face and see if it deforms. If it deforms, it is good. It means that the extrusion is gone. Now let's go to select one face. Importantly, make sure no other face is selected. Go to edit mesh, extrude, and scale it down a bit. Something like that should do. Perfect. Now select the other face, make another extrusion, and try to make it a bit the same size. Let's undo it because I'm not seeing it in the center. So let's change the pivot point. Double click the scale tool and go to normal's average so that the pivot point is changed as we want to. Now that is changed as well. Now we can scale it down. Sorry, before doing that, go to edit mesh, extrude right there, and now we can extrude it, and now it is done as we want to. The same thing right here. Press G to do another extrusion and make it a bit the same size, approximately, obviously, but make sure it is not completely different. Something like that. Now the same thing goes for here. Let's scale it down. Sorry, let's extrude and scale it down now. Something like that. Extrude, scale down, something like that should do. Select this face, and we have to repeat it for all the faces. Something like that. G, scale down, G, and scale down, and something like that should do. Now the next thing, after we have done those extrusions, we need to do some extrusions right here as well on the top of the lid. So here we have, now we need to insert another edge loop tool. So here, go insert edge loop tool, select one vertical, and let's make an edge loop tool somewhere like there. Now after that is done, we need to select these faces, and sorry, let's make another edge loop tool right here. No, we don't need it, sorry, we don't need it. Just go onto face mode, select these faces, okay, select these faces and these faces, go to extrude and scale a bit down. No, that's not good. We don't want it. So select one face right here, all the faces at one side. Let's make an extrusion and let's scale it down a bit. Okay, that's good as we want to. Something like that should do. Now the same thing goes on the other side. Select them, go edit mesh, extrude, select the scale tool and make it a bit smaller, increase it a bit, something like that should do. And we have also that side ready. Now I think we can move on a bit from here. So let's select these faces I'm telling you to. So select this side, select this side, obviously keeping the shift key pressed. Select these faces, I think we had to insert another loop tool there. Yes, I think so. That's why I noticed it earlier before, but I didn't know that it was needed. Now select the faces I told you to. These faces, this side and the other side. No, something like that, and we need to scale them down. Now press shift to select the bottom half. Select these parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, those parts right there. And now we need to extrude to move them inwards. So to do that, just go onto the scale tool and let's scale them downwards. I don't know why. Let's try and make an extrusion. Oh, okay, exactly. So select those faces, importantly select those faces, make an extrusion. I don't know why these faces are not flat. I don't think so. So make an extrusion and choose the scale tool and scale them down a bit so that the treasure chest has this form and has some depth as well. And as you can see, the treasure chest is very good. It is coming very good. And obviously if we go to object mode, we see it almost complete. We just need some texturizing, and that it is going to take us a bit of a long time. And if we try to rotate it, it is rotated as well excellently. With the base and all the things. I'm seeing right here for an evolves, but I think there aren't right now for now. And it is coming quite good. So that's it for this tutorial. I'm going to hope I will see you in the next, or you will see the next one. I will begin the texturing. It will take us some time, but I think you will manage, because once you get hold of it, you will continue almost on your own without even continue to watch my tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again.